In a jungle filled with enormous trees and thunderous rivers, there lived a tiny ant named Arin. He was smaller than the other ants, slower than the others, and often laughed at by his own colony. Every morning, the ants marched in a perfect line to gather food. Every evening, they returned with leaves, seeds, and grains. But Arin always returned empty-handed. Not because he was lazy, but because he dreamed of something bigger, something no ant had ever dared to imagine. Arin wanted to climb Mount Sherrick, the tallest mountain in the entire region. It was steep, it was rocky, it was freezing at the top. And most importantly, no ant had ever returned for trying. The queen once warned him, "Dreams are good, Arin, but choose dreams your legs can carry." The soldiers laughed. "Your legs can't even carry a seed." The workers teased, "You're too small to matter." But Arin listened to none of it. For deep inside, he carried a strange, burning belief. Maybe I am small, but maybe my courage doesn't have to be. White medium star, the journey begins one summer morning. While the colony slept, Arin left quietly. He began to walk toward the mountain that rose like a giant against the sky. The first day was brutal. Sharp stones hurt his feet. Heat drained his tiny body. He had to dodge snakes, birds, and lizards, but every time he felt afraid, he told himself, "One step more, just one more." Days passed, then weeks. Slowly, painfully slowly, Arin reached the base of the mountain. When he looked up, he froze. The mountain was so huge that clouds covered its middle. The wind roared like an angry beast. Even the trees bowed away from it. Any normal ant would have turned back, but Arin whispered to himself, "If I don't climb now, I will spend my whole life wondering what would have happened." And so he began. White medium star, halfway to heaven, the climb was harder than anything he imagined. Out on the first ledge, his foot slipped, but he caught a tiny crack in the rock. On the second day, cold rain tried to push him down. On the third, an eagle circled above him. Still he climbed. Still he believed. But the hardest test came on the fourth day. A fierce storm arrived. Lightning tore the sky. Wind slapped him left and right. For the first time, Arin felt small. Very small. Too small. He pressed his body against the rock and cried, "Why did I think I could do this? I should have stayed home. Everyone was right. I am nothing." He was about to turn back when a soft voice spoke beside him. It was a caterpillar curled under a leaf. She said, "I cannot even walk properly. I move slower than time itself. But do you know what I dream of?" Arin shook his head. The caterpillar whispered, "I dream of flying." Arin blinked. Flying? How could something so tiny, so fragile, dream of flying? She smiled. The world laughs at the dreams of the small, until the small become something the world never imagined. Her words lit a fire inside Arin. The storm still raged, but his fear disappeared. He rose to his feet. He didn't know if he could reach the top. He didn't know if he would survive the storm. But he knew this. I would not turn back because of fear. And he climbed again. On the seventh morning, Arin did something no ant had ever done. He reached the peak. He stood on a stone bigger than 100 ant hills, surrounded by clouds and sunlight. The world below looked peaceful, small just like him. And in that moment, Arin understood something powerful. It was never about reaching the top. It was about refusing to turn back. After resting, he started the journey down, not to stay on the mountain forever, but to carry the truth back home. When Arin returned to his colony, he expected more laughter. Instead, there was silence, shock, gasps. The queen approached him and said, "Arin, you climbed a mountain ants fear to even look at. You left as the smallest among us, but you have returned the biggest." The soldier ants bowed. The workers cried. Everybody wanted to hear his story. Arin didn't brag. He didn't boast. He simply said, "Courage isn't about being big. It's about taking the step others refuse to take. From that day on, every ant in the colony believed in something greater. Some started climbing small hills. Some even began learning to glide using leaves. White medium star moral of the story. 1. You're never too small to dream big. 2. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is moving forward despite fear. 3. One brave step can change your whole world. For the size of your belief matters more than the size of your body.